Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, it's Ingram, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
In your face.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. He may try and run for this.
Come on, fellas.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Jackson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Here come the Bengals on offense, and there's Andy Dalton. And for Dalton, Charles, 2019 almost certainly the toughest of his 9 NFL seasons. Things, though, in his defense, started off on the wrong foot when he lost his top wideout for so many years, A.J. Green, to an ankle injury in training camp.
I saw what you did there.
Wrong foot, ankle.
Yeah. Very good. Very clever.
Yep,
let's face it, though. They struggled through a big losing streak. Andy Dalton was 0-8 and then got benched for Ryan Finley, their draft choice out of North Carolina State, but he didn't produce results. And they brought Dalton back in Week 13 and got the Bengals into the win column. That was a huge win for them, obviously. But I do think that Andy Dalton is going to be on the open market and will be in a different uniform in 2020.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you haven't been taught.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they got it 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Passing, it's Dalton, eluding the pressure right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. It's caught by Roberts. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 17 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. Quarterback throws the fade, and that's one where really the receiver just has to make a play, right?
Brandon, all you're asking your quarterback to do is put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Let your guy get it and no one else. That makes it a very, very difficult play to defend.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Bengals set to get the football back here, and it's been an incredibly disappointing first year for head coach Zach Taylor. Of course, last year won a lot of games, was in the Super Bowl as an assistant with the Rams, but 5 road games in the first half of the season didn't help. In fact, their first 6 games of the year, Charles, if we think back to it, listen to this: Seahawks, 49ers, Bills, Steelers, then Arizona, okay, but then the Ravens. I mean, that is a tough, tough stretch. Number 1 overall pick, a very distinct possibility for them. Where do you think they go with that pick and what they do next spring?
I think they're already spending time evaluating the quarterback prospects coming out in the draft, and they could very well go with a guy who had previous ties to their state of Ohio, which would make a lot of sense. We'll see how it all turns out, but I think that quarterback at the top of the board is going to be the call for the Cincinnati Bengals, a reboot, so to speak.
Flush to his right, and that's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
Flushed out right, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. And it's blocked. This is going the other way. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 30, 10. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number one headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
He
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Andy Dalton escaping the pressure right. They've got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Play action now. Dalton rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So 4th down coming. We still haven't seen a punt yet. At least here, they're in a reasonable spot to go for.
This I can understand. Some of the others, not so much.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on 4th down. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it. You actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
Now this window is running back out of the backfield, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Ingram. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Jackson, he gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Fielded about a yard deep. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it. And that's twice now already in this 1st quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Watch the slant. Safe.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this 1st half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough.